Hello guys, I'm Anand Patel. I'm representing Creative Mindworks, and this is first time I'm here as a speaker. So it's not a big topic, but it is important topic. I think how many of you are Magento developers and also involved in the deployment process of the Magento as well? Have you ever faced any problem at the time of deployment of Magento 2? And what platform you are using for the development and for deployment? Both are and
Capistrano to deploy now. That's quite good because it deploys and then you've only got like 20-second downtime where it updates the database. So
okay. And how many of you using the Windows system and Linux system for the development? Who are using a Windows system for the development? I think none of them.
I've seen one.
So most of the time when you are using Windows system for the development and WAMP environment, then you might have some issues at the time of deployment because of some of the few normal things. But if we take care during the development time and during the staging environment, then we can reduce these issues as well, and we can efficiently deploy our a project to the production environment easily. So it's a general thing, but just I want to just go through all things, and then we can see if it is the right approach, and we can get some suggestions as well. So Creative Mindworks is one of the company which is in e-commerce business and e-commerce development as well as the digital marketing. Why deployment? Why deployment is most important topic for us as well in Magento 2? Because Magento 1, it was so easy, or we can say it was so simple that we can just move data, move files, configure, and it was done. But in Magento 2, it's more flexible but not as simple as Magento 1. So there is some difference in Magento 1 and Magento 2 in terms of deployment. And one more thing is there, that we were facing, like we were having more stability in Magento 1 at the time of deployment, but we are getting complex situations when we are going to deploy the Magento 2. Maybe it is because of less experience we have till now. So the development setup. So when we choose the development environment, then the second level environment, which is we can say pre-stable environment, and the production level environment. So when we choose the development environment, if it is the same which is the live one, or the identical than the live one, then we will face less issues. Maybe we will not have some downtime. We may not have faced any of the issues like data loss or some complex errors kind of thing. Then we have automate scripts as well. We can see there are so many scripts available in the blogs of the Magento 2, and from the good developers they have written, and which can minimal the downtime of the site, and it's just like Buzz. If you just run them and your website is live. So in Magento 2, deployment of the code with Composer, generation of the code, CSS compilation and generation of the static files, install upgrade scripts, these are the things which can be very easy, and these are the steps which we can follow, and we can reduce the risk of the deployment errors. Using Composer, possible to use Composer. Composer install, don't use the Composer update at the same time at the deployment. And about the private repositories, if we don't introduce anything from the private repositories, it will be better for our production environment. So generation of the code. We have the steps. We all know how many are developers of the Magento 2. Are we following the same steps or some different steps?
Much different.
But these are the steps which we follow. Yeah. So, but I would like to know if there are some good suggestions, because these are not the perfect steps. But
we have official developer documentation for deployments. If you go there, you'll see that it is blank, right? Because we're not so much in the business of deployments, but no, I mean, you just basically Magento does run the differentiation between Magento in developer mode and Magento in production mode. You have to have the system expects things to be fully prepared if it's in production mode, and so it's optimizing a lot. It's caching the crap out of everything. And view assets have been materialized. There's a lot going on if you're in production mode. So yeah, you just have to have a deliberate deployment process in place in order to take advantage of all the stuff that Magento 2 offers.
then CSS and static content. So these are also the steps that we need to follow and we need to check. Install and upgrade the scripts. So there are guidelines given in the Magento documentation, then how we can put it in maintenance mode, run the script upgrades, and clean the caches. In short, we need to try to automate the process, use the composer, prepare it for in the background before deployment, go to maintenance for the crucial part. Thank you very much.